Hi everybody, welcome back to the Miniac, and it is a hotter than heck day out here at Baron Mini, but I thought I would bring you out here to introduce you to the 2021 Mini Cooper S. And yes, you heard me correctly, 2021. Now for those of you who are in the UK market or the EU market, the US market doesn't follow the same model year designations that you all do. So while in the UK EU market, this is a 2020, for us, it is a 2021. So without further ado, let's show you all what is new for 2021 model year. In a word, nothing really has changed for the 2021 model year. The Cooper S and Cooper Hardtops look the same. There is really no new features that you can plainly see, at least from a cursory look of this car. But it's not what's on the outside of this car that you all are here to see. It's what's on the inside. And if we go inside this car, you will find that the manual gearbox has returned to the US market. This is the 6-speed Getrag manual transmission, and it is back for the 2021 model year. Now you might be asking yourself, as I'm sweating over my sunglasses, why the manual transmission disappeared in the first place. Well, it had to do with the fact that Mini had changed some things with the engines for the US market. When they did this, they had to recertify everything. The automatic transmissions got recertified first, and it took longer to get the manual transmissions recertified. They finally brought them back to the US market, and here they are. Now, that is what Mini tells us. There is a theory going around that maybe Mini was hoping that people wouldn't miss the manual transmission, but they all know that we love the manual transmission, and I think they felt that they had to bring it back, otherwise, well, you know what I'm saying, right, Mike? So what else is new with this car? Well, you might notice that it still has the same speedometer cluster here. Now, I know what you're thinking. You all probably thought that the digital dash was going to be standard on the entire Mini lineup. That is not exactly true at this point. Currently, the 2021 Countryman, the 2021 model year Clubmans, the 2021 GP3, and the 2021 model year electric Minis will all have the digital dash. The rest of them have it as optional, but you have to get one of the navigation screens. That's correct. There are more than one navigation screen for the 2021 model year. There are two, in fact, the 6.5 inch and the 8.8 inch. And if you happen to get one of those navigation systems, you will have the digital dash in the car. Now, if you don't want the digital dash, don't get navigation. Plain and simple. Now, also, the display in the center has changed slightly. Now, for most of the models that don't have navigation, you're not going to notice anything different. It's still going to look the same as the 2020 and 2019 model years. But in the 2020 and 2021 models with navigation, you're going to see a very different center display. Now, this one is what you're used to seeing in all the cars, but it's going to be different in the other cars. All in all, not a lot has changed between model years. There's a few things that they tweaked, and that stuff was covered with the 2020 model year, but there's also a few other things that are coming our way as this model year progresses, and you'll get to see those things eventually. They're just not here on certain models. As soon as I get a vehicle at this dealership with a digital dash, I will do a video on that. As soon as I get one here that's the Sidewalk Edition convertible, there is one on the way, I will do a video on that. But in the meantime, we have 2021 models on the lot, and we have manual transmissions here, and I had to bring you guys out here and show you this car because the manual is finally back. So you still have to push a clutch, you still have to hold the brake and start the engine. And it's fantastic. It's nice to have a clutch pedal in a Mini for a change after all of them being automatics for the 2020 model year. So it's nice to have this back. So with the recent COVID-19 pandemic still going on and with the lockdown starting to end, you're going to start noticing 2021 models coming onto the lots of most dealerships if they didn't already have them. And they're definitely worth taking a look at. Naturally, 2021 models don't have any of the incentives that the 2020s might have at the moment, so definitely shop around. But if you want a manual, you're going to have to get the 2021 model year. And they're back. They're just as good as they were before, and I'm sure they're just as much fun to drive. I'm not going to take this one out because it's sitting on the patio in front of the dealership, and it's really their only one right now aside from a Cooper. But it's great to have the manuals back on the lot, and you're going to be sure that I'm going to be doing videos with these cars when more features come into play and when I can actually get some of these cars out there. So the sidewalk edition's coming my way soon. There may be an electric Mini on the way. There may be a GP3 on the way that I'll get to do a video with. Probably won't get to drive those two cars, but you can be sure I'm going to try to do a video on them if I can. But I want to thank you all for watching. If you haven't already done so, subscribe to the channel. I upload videos usually every Friday at 2 p.m. If you enjoyed the video on this Cooper S right here, go check out my other videos on the F56 generation of the Mini Cooper, the 3rd generation Mini. That's the Mini I own now, and it's a fantastic generation of Mini. And as always, before I let you go, I'm just going to remind you that life is too short to drive a boring car. So drive a Mini. I'll see you all in the next video.